it's Morgan for the Treasure Trove, and you like my shirt? I just got it. Well, along with this shirt that I picked up at Five Below, I picked up something pretty exciting. I was perusing the aisles at Five Below like I do a lot for makeup because sometimes you can get great deals there, and I saw this brand that I never heard of, and that is knocking everything over. Style Essentials. Now, as soon as I saw this, I was like, ooh, this looks like a dupe for the Naked 3 palette. And I don't have the Naked 3 to compare, unfortunately, but I've been looking for really good alternatives. And it was $5 for this palette. It came in this box right here. I'll show you. It was $5 for this palette and this lip crayon together, which actually is gold. It's a gold lip crayon, so if you're looking for a gold lipstick, you might want to check that out. But I just bought it for the palette, and here I'll show you. Here's the inside of the palette. Now, I didn't really know exactly what to expect from this because I've never tried this brand before, so I didn't know if the shadows would be any good at all. So here is the Style Essentials palette, and I actually have a picture of the Naked 3 palette on my phone. The shades in this palette are really, really similar to the Naked 3 palette. They're not maybe exact dupes, but they're very, very similar. They got that rose gold tone to them, and mainly I got this palette here for these two shades, which is this and this, which would be the dupes for Limit and Nooner. They're both matte mauve shades. So I got this palette about 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was 2 weeks ago, and I've been using it ever since, just so I can get a good idea of the quality of these. Now, for being $5, I think this palette is extremely pigmented. It is really, really, really nice. The shadows are really nice. Like, I'm wearing 4 of them on my eyes today. I really, really love this palette. I'm just gonna be honest. Here, I'll swatch some of the shades for you. The mattes are really, really creamy. They are very pigmented and they blend really well. Like, no joke, if you told me that the mattes in these palette came from a more expensive palette, I wouldn't even blink an eye. Look at this. These are the matte shades in this. Now, to compare, I will swatch a couple of shitty matte shades that I have. Now, here, I swatched 2 similar shades that are supposed to be like rose toned, like Naked 3 dupes. Can you even see them on my hand? This one here is from my BH Cosmetics Eyes on the 80s palette, and this one is from the Coastal Scents Revealed 2, I think it is. That's the dupe for the Naked 3. Can you even see them? No, these are insanely pigmented. They're super buttery. They're super easy to blend. They stay on all day with a primer and don't crease. I've worn these 2 shades on my eyes every time that I've worn eyeshadow for the past 2 weeks. I'm incredibly impressed by those 2 shades, and also the really light shade here. Like, look at that. That kicks the other swatch's ass. Like, this one here is this from this palette, and the one next to it that barely even shows up is supposed to be the same shade from the Revealed 2 palette from Coastal Scents. They just cannot even compare. Like, that's insane. They feel so buttery in your hands. They don't feel chalky at all. Now, I really like these 4 dark shades in this palette. These 2, while they are very pigmented, I don't think that they're anything special. So, like, I wouldn't buy the palette just for those shades. While they are insanely pigmented and they blend really well, I just don't think they're anything special. A lot of the ones that look really metallic in the pan actually end up being more of a satin on your eye, especially this one here. Overall, for $5, if you really want the Naked 3 but don't want to spend that amount of money for it, here, like, I'll swatch like I said, I don't have the Naked 3, but I can swatch some other Urban Decay shadows just so you can get an idea of how these compare, because honestly, I think that these shadows are almost on par with Urban Decay shadows. They do blend together to be maybe a little bit more muddy than Urban Decay shadows do, but for being $5, you would never know that this wasn't a high-end product, and I'm not joking. I've tried so many low-end products. The majority of my makeup is from the drugstore, and these are some of the best formula I have ever come across, and I've never even heard of this brand before. So here on my arm are 2 swatches. One is from my Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and one is from the Style Essentials palette. Can you tell which is which? This one is the one from the Urban Decay Naked, or the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and this one is the one from the Style Essentials palette. These are over no primer, swiped once, not going over twice. This is also a swatch from the Style Essentials palette. So this swatch is a Urban Decay shadow, matte shadow, and these two are from the Style Essentials Nude Eyes eyeshadow palette. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but I think that this is a great deal. So I would rush out to Five Below and grab this if you are looking for something like this. So if you're looking for a really cheap alternative for a Naked 3, maybe you didn't pick it up ever, maybe you want an extra so you can travel with your Naked 3 but not travel with the inexpensive version of the palette. It's $5, like I said, at Five Below, and I think that's a really good deal. These shadows are seriously top quality, and if you gave me this palette and told me it was high-end, I wouldn't even know the difference. It has a range of shades. There's 3. The rest are metallic, but some show up more satin than metallic on the eye. I'm wearing them right now. As you can see, there's nothing outrageously metallic about them. They're just shimmery a little bit. So, like I said, this is $5. It's an amazing deal. I love the packaging. It's just plastic, but I think it's pretty sturdy. I give this an A+. Now, I hope you liked this video and found it helpful to you. This is definitely going to be a favorite in my collection from now on. And like this video if you like this, subscribe if you want, and remember, stay cheap and lazy. Bye! But you can leave if you want.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm in the video.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'll just edit it out. Be a possible 1 second.
I'm gonna
The
be
rest